Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here. Welcome to another edition of WWE. It's a new day. We're on our road to WrestleMania, and we have literally on the final month. We have this show, 3 more Raws, and then we have WrestleMania. I missed an episode last week. Was kind of hungover. Had ended up drinking beers a weekend. That happens. But the good thing is, we actually have an extra Raw on the road to WrestleMania. So all this does is means every Raw and WrestleMania will now occur on the actual day they happen in real life. So without further ado, we'll crack on. Say 3 weeks after this, but we're slowly but surely going to build towards WrestleMania, and hopefully with a good card. As I say, the WrestleMania will be the last episode of the series, because then I'm hoping we're maybe 2-3 weeks away after that for TEW2013. So as always guys, thank you for watching, it's deeply appreciated. Any comments about this show, leave them in the comments section below, and if you do enjoy it, please leave a wee cheeky thumbs up to let me know you liked it. But apart from that guys, enjoy the show. We are live and we are in the Fifth Third Arena in the Great Lakes region. So we start off in a bout that featured solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat. We had the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Big E defeating the Lucha Dragons of Kalisto and Sin Cara in 6 minutes and 3 when Big E defeated Sin Cara via pinfall. The D46 is okay. It was the 4th time we'd done this match, but I felt it was necessary that we got the New Day over as much as possible heading in to WrestleMania. Woods did some good work at ringside. No skill improvements. Overall, a decent pre-show opener. Our second pre-show match was an awful match that was devoid of any heat. Bayley defeats Alicia Fox in 7:20 with her finisher, we'll just say the belly-to-belly suplex, and this got an E plus 30. Unfortunately, it brought the crowd's mood down, but I didn't want to have it as an opener. Bayley's improving her performance skills, so that's a good sign. And the dirt sheet had mostly negatives for Alicia Fox, which is good because there's no plans for her. And our final pre-show match that had good action and average heat, we had Rusev defeat Ricochet in 8:02 by pinfall, C plus 66. Great chemistry between these two, which is pleasing to see. No skill improvements, and really just try to build up. Rusev here, only negatives, both guys holding back, and the cold crowd. So in front of 11,787, let's crack on with Monday Night Raw. So we start the show with the CEO of the WWE, Triple H, who comes out to a kind of mixed reception. He says, last week we witnessed a tragedy. We witnessed someone who went out of their way to prove that money matters more than family. This is when Vince McMahon, yes that's right Vince, you aligned yourself with Ronda Rousey. The same Ronda Rousey who attacked me at WrestleMania and tried to injure my wife. And your own daughter. But hey, she's famous and makes money, right? I agree on best for business, but not before my family. And then Vince, your little friend Ronda Rousey, rubbed salt into the wounds when she insulted the Divas Revolution, a creation I gave a platform to, and that of many of the girls on NXT, and now the main roster have took it to heights I could only dream of. If you disrespect them, you disrespect me. So Vince, I know Ronda's not here, but get your old ass out here. So B plus 88, Triple H did a masterful job of improvising. For Shadow to face turn, I'm just going to turn him face here because basically he is turning face, so we may as well do it. That was a good segment there. And Triple H was a complete success. So he is face as we carry on the segment. Triple H waits. And finally Vince's music hits and he comes to the ring with great anger. Vince says, who the hell do you think you are? Coming out here and insulting me? I'm Vince McMahon, god damn it, and I'll say to you what I want. You bastard. You might be my son-in-law, but it does not mean I have to like you. Yeah, I did align with someone who attacked my own daughter, but if it makes money, and I'm all about the money. Triple H says, so you're all about the money, and I'm all about best for business. And I believe these divas are the future of the business. So how about this, Vince? How about you give these divas a chance to showcase that? Vince says, you seem pretty confident that they can do the job. You honestly think they can take on Ronda Rousey? She will break whatever diva you choose's arm. Triple H says, how about this, Vince? You get Ronda and a team of divas together, and I'll get a team of divas together, and why don't we make history? The biggest women's wrestling match in WWE history with and I have to do another segment because it's lasting that long. I see plus 70, so teasing what's this going to be? What's the biggest women's wrestling match in history going to involve? We'll carry on. With ownership of the WWE on the line. If Ronda and your Divas win, I'll leave my possession of power. If my Divas win, you retire into the sunset. What's it to be, old man? Vince says, you're on, you son of a bitch. It will give me great pleasure in getting rid of you from this company and meddling in my affairs. We push who I want to push, none of your chosen favourites. So you pick 4 Divas, and I'll have Ronda and 3 elite talents. And you will have no chance in hell. E82, great from both of them in this segment. I will say this was written out before Shane McMahon returned, so when that segment happened, I was like, please don't steal my complete idea again. But it was one way I was hoping to go for a good wee while now, and hopefully we can showcase some good divas and put them in a good situation at WrestleMania. You know, make them really matter, which I feel WWE sometimes lacks in the big occasion. Next up, in a match that had some good action and average heat, would Cesaro defeat Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens and Neville in 10 minutes and 12 when Cesaro defeated Chris Jericho by pinfall with a neutralizer. Cesaro makes defense number 1 of his WWE Intercontinental Championship. C plus 66, the IC storyline advances. Disappointingly, no skill improvements. The negatives here will mostly be for low momentum, inconsistency, and Chris Jericho's declining physical ability. Cesaro picks up an impressive victory over 3 world-class opponents and manages to defend his Intercontinental Championship. He sees a microphone and begins to cut a promo. Cesaro says, it is with great pride and honour I stand before you as your WWE Intercontinental Champion. A championship with great prestige and many greats to hold it. Pat Patterson, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, The Rock, Steve Austin, and many more. Many classic matches have involved the IC title, and I'm going to do my best to defend it and honour it by defending it again and again, anytime, any place, against anyone. He's cut off by some unfamiliar music. And it's the greatest man who ever lived. It is Austin Aries, who swaggers out to the ramp. He takes his shades off and simply says, anyone, anytime. Well, let's make it perfectly clear. I, AA Austin Aries, I'm here in the WWE, and straight off the bat, I am taking that championship away from you. Cesaro says, you want a match? You got it. I'll see you in the ring next week. So next week, live on Raw, the debut of AA Austin Aries against Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. C plus 71, Austin Aries debuts his egomaniac gimmick and got an initial reign of 84. However, he did struggle going off script, but still C plus 71 for the upper mid card. I'm fairly happy with that. No skill improvements, negatives, poor improvising, and poor momentum. We've got a couple of weeks to build them up for whatever plans we have going forward. Michael Cole says, just announced live on Raw that Icon Sting returns to action as he takes on Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. In fact, this is coming up next. I did add a segment in, but it is coming up soon, that Sting will face Eric Rowan. Reason for that is Sting literally has no momentum coming off of the big injury, so I have to build him up before WrestleMania. And we then have a bout that featured solid in-ring action, but non-existent crowd heat. Natalya defeats Emma in 6 minutes and 14 by pinfall with a German suplex. A simple D45, this was a last-minute added match. Natalya hints at her heel turn, no skill improvements, overall. A win for Natalya, it's pretty much mostly positives, it's just they're not over. More to come in this storyline going forward. Because we're backstage with Natalya, she's there after a great victory over Emma, where she's confronted by Mr. McMahon. Natalya, that was a hell of a victory. A true performance by a true women's athlete. Ronda Rousey would be so proud. Natalya says, why thank you, Mr. McMahon. It's an honour. Vince says, in fact, do you know what? I was so impressed But next week on Raw, you will get a chance to win the WWE Divas Championship from Sasha Banks. If you make the right decision, good luck. So what is the right decision? Remains to be seen, but it was a good performance from Mr. McMahon and a C-54. More to come with this angle. And next up we get that Sting match, which was a solid in action and average heat. Sting defeats Eric Rowan in 6 minutes and 17 by pinfall. A C-54, nothing spectacular, but we have to build him up some momentum before WrestleMania. Disappointingly, a lot of negatives there, but he can't really go for long matches. Then we have a small promo from John Cena, which is a disappointing C-64. Bray Wyatt family, I'm sorry I can't be there tonight to hand you gentlemen a beating. However, I will say this, we have found a fourth man, and our partner will be there next week on Raw. What the war truly begins. So short and sweet from John Cena, but the fourth man is there to take on the Wyatt family. Who is it? Remains to be seen. Cena improvising well. Storyline continues the Where Nikki storyline, which completely has dropped the fact that Nikki and Brie were in this storyline to start with. But you should know where we're going at WrestleMania at the moment. Cena's a stale character, so I'll need to change that for sure. Next up in the match that had some good action and average heat, we had AJ Styles defeat Dolph Ziggler in 10-13 with that banned move, allegedly, the Styles Clash. C+67 does its job and gets AJ some momentum going forward. We then have a bout that featured great action and a good crowd as Brock Lesnar defeated Alberto Del Rio in 12:57 by pinfall with an F5. Again, just getting Brock some more momentum getting into the pay-per-view. B-76, good match there, and Brock improving his performance and rumble skills. Negatives, very few. Spot on job there, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, and most specifically Randy Orton, I hope you've taken note of what has just happened right now. The Beast Brock Lesnar is on a warpath, and you're lucky that Mr. McMahon has told Brock Lesnar that he will not be paid tonight if he attacks you, Randy Orton. So give it 3 weeks at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar will decimate Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar will take Randy Orton to Suplex City, bitch. And any hope that Randy Orton has of becoming the world champion again will be destroyed by Brock Lesnar, as Paul Heyman would do in his awesome voice. B+87, great thing there between Heyman and Lesnar. Getting a bit of panic in for Randy Orton as they get ready to clash in a couple of weeks' time. We then cut backstage to see the newest signing to WWE, or one of the new signings, AJ Styles watching his future opponent on a monitor. As AJ Styles was watching the main event 8-man tag, which will include Finn Balor and Daniel Bryan. C62. He's not really over, so we need to build him up. We have a promo before our main event match, the 8-man tag, and it's Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose says, "Man, I still can't believe this. The Authority are continually playing games with me, and I can't get a rematch that I deserve for my World Heavyweight Championship." Roman Reigns says, "Yo brother, I feel for you dog, but trust me, once I'm done with Seth, you will be first in line for a title shot." Dean Ambrose says, "You don't get it, man. You're fine. You're booked into the biggest main event in WrestleMania history. I'm not, and I don't want your sympathy, Roman. I'll see you out there." A tension between these two? What will happen remains to be seen, but obviously it's Reigns v Seth Rollins at the main event of WrestleMania. But where is Dean Ambrose? It's like real life. Where the fuck is Dean Ambrose? B+86. Roman try to comfort his pal. And the main event flopped because there was too many guys in it, but an bout that featured great action and a good crowd. Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns and Randy Orton defeated Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper and Finn Balor in 17:32 when Dean Ambrose defeated Luke Harper by pinfall with a midnight special. Two storylines continue. A Beast -75. The good thing about the promo before is it shows we're getting stars over. I just feel we don't have as many, so hopefully that can rub off in these kind of matches. If you've read the latest developer's guide from, which would have been a couple of days ago now when this goes live, that won't be the case, so some people won't be affected in these sort of matches, as they would have in this game. Overall, Randy Orton gets the benefit of the match with technical and performance skill. Improvements, negatives, mostly guys holding back. So I'm pretty sure if we'd done this kind of match on a pay-per-view, like a Survivor Series type match, we'd be looking at a B, or even a B+. But it is what it is, and it increases our popularity by 19 regions with a B79. So we're getting some storylines over. That was more getting the lower card projected to where it wants to be at WrestleMania. The main events and stuff like that we'll continue to focus on as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania over the next couple of weeks. But overall, we're getting much better grades than we previously were. So a lot of unhappy people. Oh, and I better give Patreon a contract. I have a 3-year deal, despite the fact I'm only going to play it for another month. So emails, let's see what we get. We're up on GF Sports Plus, down on the USA now, up to a 4.4. MX is down as well, so nothing spectacular there. But in all honesty, it's just about continuing to get storylines over, and hopefully we can have the best WrestleMania card as possible. So a decent show. More stuff from Cena next week. Obviously, we'll reveal the 4th man and the Dream Team. We'll have 2 title matches next week, and we'll find out what the fuck's happening with Dean Ambrose. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week for another edition, and on time, hopefully, of WWE It's a New Day. Yes, it is. See you later on, guys. Bye-bye.